right. In the bottom right, we have Mixu. And in the top left, we have Trap. Okay, so here's a few thoughts, okay? Mixu, now Trap, obviously we know about Trap, right? Today is his first day back from the military. He's playing some ESL Open Cups and doing, you know, doing his thing. I'm very excited to see exactly what his level's at. That's why we're following him. Mixu, right? He's been a strong, he's a Finnish Zerg player. He's been a strong StarCraft 2 player for a bit. Obviously overshadowed by the stronger EU pros, but he is good. And a couple things. Number one is he is one of the very best Stormgate players, right? He's a Vanguard player in that. And he's one of the very best Zero Space players. And he is a Protectorate player in that, right? So those are both like kind of Terran races. So it's kind of funny that he doesn't play Terran in StarCraft 2. You know, it seems like he plays Zerg in StarCraft 2, but he's like, oh, I actually wanted to be Terran, basically. It's a funny thing. You find yourself, like me, every time I go to a new RTS, like, I try to find whatever I think is Protoss or Zerg, but I always end up switching to what Terran is. Happened in Stormgate, happened in Zero Space, and I assume it will happen forever, no matter what game I play, because that's just my personality. It's kind of a funny thing. Anyways, all that aside, one thing I want to mention about playing other RTS games, when you play another game competitively while you're a competitive StarCraft player, or in anything like this, there's a lot of data that shows that if you do something that is similar but not the same to what you're trying to be very good at, it makes you a lot better, right? So like, if you're a tennis player and you practice some ping pong, or in this particular case,
just subscribe.
I'm going to pause that. Thank you, Zoot. But like in this case, it's like, okay, he's a StarCraft 2 player, but if he's playing these other RTS games, it kind of freshens your view a little bit, makes you a little bit more flexible, right? Your mind is kind of more open because of this. And this is something you guys might know. The Viper, the very, very famous Age of Empires 2 player, considered the GOAT still of Age 2, although some other people seem to be starting to catch up to him. But like, he actually, this was one of his things for a long time. He's a GM Zerg player in StarCraft 2, and he would actually warm up on StarCraft 2 for Age of Empires 2 tournaments, right? And I talked to him about this. I got to hang out with him some at an event in Germany about a year and 4 months ago or so. And I actually talked to him about that, and we both talked about how like playing a secondary game makes you a lot better at your primary game. And I have definitely found that myself as well. If I'm playing another game, if I have another thing that I'm kind of practicing, it makes my StarCraft a lot better. So what I'm trying to get to here, right? I'm trying to like lay it out, explain why I do feel that it's correct. And then I want to point out that I feel like there is a very decent chance that we see Mixu really peak up in skill pretty quickly at this point, right? Because he's playing these other games at a super high level. And at the end of the day, the principles of RTS games are just the principles, right? It's like, what is it? Sun Tzu's Art of War or something, right? Like, no, these are the things. It's like, once you understand macro, micro, economy, tactics, and things like that, those are things that cross over into other games, even if the exact units, strategy, etc. are not the same. Anyways, it's something that I'm actually very interested in. I'm a big fan of that type of sports psychology type idea. Anyways, enough of that. This is an Oracle Adept opener into a third. Just very standard stuff here from Trap. Turns on the Oracles. Good pullback there from Mixu. Mixu looking pretty solid here so far. Getting those lings right on top of the Adepts. Now a Twilight and Forge coming up here for Trap. No big surprise there. Probably going to go into Blink, although he is getting some more Adepts. I mean, there's always a chance he goes into Mass Glaive Adept. That would be a little bit weird. A little bit cheesy, may I say. Fourth base for Mixu going up already. Okay, the Oracle's flying through. They have taken a little bit of damage there. Oh, damn. Finds the location with no spores. All right. Picks up 3 quick kills. A little bit of an overextension there. I don't think that was quite worthwhile, obviously. Pulls back the Oracle zone. Does not end up losing them. Roach Warren as well as Evolution Chamber on the way. Gets melee attack. Cool. I'm always a fan of melee attack upgrades. Just one of the best upgrades ever made. The fact that you can give plus 20% attack damage to the best unit in the game. Well, are Zerglings the best unit in StarCraft 2? Probably not, but they're generally considered the best in StarCraft 1. They're using all matchups all game long. Although Mutalisk and Defiler are not far behind, but higher tech, so understandable that a lot of people think it's the Zergling. But yeah, plus 20% damage is an insane, insane upgrade. If it said plus 20%, people would understand, right? All right, so the Oracle's actually staying really, really active here. Might be able to get the Queen. Yep, pop that Queen pretty quickly. All right, these Oracles going to pull out of there. He's been really fantastic with the Oracles so far. By the way, love the Drop Overlord being set up right now for Mixu. Just great harassment, great multitasking here from Trap. He's getting that 4th base up. Mixu's going to have to do something here. I wonder, did he press the wrong key on that Drop Overlord? Or is he actually going to utilize that Overlord as a Drop Overlord? Because that feels like one where you'd want an Overseer. So that might have been a little bit of a mistake. I love the idea of a Drop Overlord right now. I think that is the case. I think he actually meant to make an Overseer. Just be able to peek in a bit better, get that speed boost, maybe get a little scout off, that type of thing. Anyways, triple Oracle flies in. I can't believe how well his Oracles are doing. That's kind of insane. The fact that he still has them here and is still dealing damage. But as this attack comes up, it looks like he probably will end up losing those. All right, some Lings are getting up from Mixu into that main base. Trap here with a lot of High Templars. Very Trap-esque to have High Templars already here with Storm. And oh man, his Immortal gets surrounded by those Lings. Unpowers the Robo as well. Some very, very, very painful things going on for Trap right now. Mixu with a fantastic attack, and in fact, look at that, 99% of his Storm upgrade is done. How painful indeed. And in fact, the Ling's going to pick off one of the High Templars with a lot of energy and a ton of probes as well. Dude, it went from Trap being what I would consider reasonably ahead to Mixu nailing an attack right up the center, and that pylon kill is huge. I think we got to call that a Trap pylon. It's when your Immortal doesn't finish and your 99% Storm doesn't finish, you lose the game because of it. Trap needs to know that you need to make 2 pylons when you're powering important buildings. So let's collectively call this a Trap pylon so he'll never forget. So Mixu, without any doubt, really far ahead right now. I like Mixu's play. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it. You know, putting on a little kind of early mid-game attack like that, or maybe that's just mid-game, I should call it. Right up the center and breaking through the wall. Trap was kind of out of position. He was playing a little bit greedy, of course. Kind of expected. Lurkers on the way. Hydra's on the way. Very strong composition here for Mixu. All right, second Robo is coming up. Now, Trap, like, I don't think Trap is dead, right? He took a lot of damage. Definitely Mixu got ahead there, but Mixu's playing a very turtled position, and he's sitting here on 5 base, right? Okay, a couple Drop Overlords, okay. Getting his Lurker upgrades, Hydra upgrades, okay. Lots of Spines, okay. I definitely don't mind any of that. Looks like he will go for a little bit of an attack here. I think that this is easily holdable, honestly. He's got lots of Psy Storm. Oh, he only has 3 Immortals? Oh, and one of them's getting caught right away. Actually, maybe he just dies to this. Mixu just come up with a very, very strong attack. This formation, by the way, really reminds me of that old map, Black-Pink, where you just sit down there and you set up, and it's like, well, you can't... I can kill whatever base I want. Ouch. Very, very ouch. And in fact, picks up a bunch of lurkers in those overlords, going to send them up. 25 probes going down. It does look like Trap's going to end up taking this one. Kind of funny. Like, I gotta say, because it looks like Mixu's going to win. Yeah, GG. I want to say that Trap definitely outplayed him in the early game. Trap wasn't like so far ahead he was like had the game or anything like that, but like he definitely opened better. Very, very solid opening from Trap, which is cool to see. Because he obviously hasn't been super active, right? We don't know exactly how much he got to play during the military. I'm not sure what he did for his military service. Sometimes you have military jobs where it's like you're a policeman or you work in the subway station or something like that, right? Or, you know, there's all sorts of different government jobs that you can get for that. And sometimes you're stationed at home and you can actually practice, but you can't play tournaments or stream or anything, right? So it's possible that he's been practicing throughout. We really don't know exactly how much he's been playing. Like, I know, for instance, Beyond, when he went to military, was still practicing a fair amount, right? Anyways, I felt like his early game was really great. You know, Mixu found a hole and got ahead and then just kind of hit a weird timing attack that I don't feel like you really generally see, like a Ling Roach Lurker attack up the center. It was good for the map, though, too, wasn't it? Anyways, we're going to get into game number 2. Gemini said he did not play. He basically did not play at all during military. Well, damn, man. That's pretty sick, then. All right, let's get into our next game. All right, Alcyon, going to be our map. We have Mixu here in the top right. And in the bottom left, we have Trap. Okay. You know, I don't know that I necessarily want to see anything different from either player. I think it was a good, solid opener. Obviously, that was a position where you want to defend a little bit better. And we shall see about that. If Trap can kind of just make sure that he's not being caught by that. I don't know. It was kind of weird, right? Like that base layout as well. It really reminds me. We had this weird meta game when Black-Pink, the map, was out. Not the band. And it was like, it was that same type of positioning with 3 raised bases, your natural and 3rd, 4th, with a little divot in between everything. And if you just set up in that divot, it was like really hard for someone to move their units around. You know, you're always trying to stand on high ground, but maybe it's not always the right choice. All right. Well, it's PVZ, and no matter what they do to try to speed this game up, you got to wait till the Cybernetic core is done. And there's that Cybernetic core, and it looks like it should be a Stargate. No big surprise. Stargate goes up in the main base, and Mixu pretty much knows that anyways. As soon as you see the warp gate not start instantly, it generally is just like, oh, Stargate's coming up. The winner of this, of course, plays Byun, which I would imagine Byun will probably smash whoever comes up. And here's the thing. I like Mixu a lot. I got to meet him in real life down in Atlanta in December. And that was cool. Nice guy. I've actually casted a lot of his games in, well, certainly in Stormgate. I think I casted some of his games in Zero Space as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I have. So, you know, definitely like him as a player and want to see him succeed and do well. And I think he is playing very well, as I was kind of talking about before. Although this is, I'm kind of sitting here. I've been excited to watch Trap because he's back today. And I just want a little preview of what this is going to look like with Trap back in the scene. But, you know, it takes time for people to get back in really good shape. So a little bit of harassment. He's doing all right with it, right? 3 drones? 4? Damn, son, 4 drones? You're so happy here? Once again, just way out opening Mixu. Dude, really? 8 drone kills for 2 adepts and some hull damage on the Oracle? Guys, that's a lot of damage. That is a considerable amount of damage. You know, if he just macros really cleanly, like last game he went into High Templars really quickly, which is not common, but that's so Trap. Trap is such a High Templar guy, it's actually crazy. But yeah, like if he hadn't done that, I think he would have been in better shape and probably not died to the attack that he basically died to. Here in this game in particular, right, if your opponent loses that many drones, you know, you go in and you kill 8 drones at that small of a cost, realistically you should line up a secondary pressure for after your command, or after your Nexus, right? So, like, you should probably just go Blinken +1 here. Get your Robo with regular time and put pressure on and probably, you know, you could either go for, like, a 3-base timing after your pressure, or you could go for a 4th base, and both are going to be really, really good, right? So, that's what I would like to see here out of Trap. I think that that's optimal play. Right now, Mixu, you know, he's putting in a couple links because he has to, and trying to drone as heavily as he can. Finally catching up to drone count, and then suddenly a Shade comes in and he's going to lose a whole bunch of drones once again. Oops. Another 5 drones go down. Unfortunate here for Mixu, to say the least. What? Well, he's droning heavily. He's trying for it. Here's that +1 in Blink I was talking about with Trap. Right? This is exactly how you want a game to go against Zerg. You put pressure on. You force them to drone for longer than they want to. That's a secondary hole, man. What the hell? I love it. Of course, when you come back, your walls won't be perfect, right? Dude, his oracles have more health than other people's oracles. That's sick. I wonder if handicapping is a good idea in StarCraft. I wonder. I'm thinking about that right now. Is handicapping a good idea in StarCraft, where you get an accurate handicap and it tries to make it so everyone in the world is 50% against each other? The thing is, people would play like shit just so then they could play really well one game, like play at their best and then beat the top players, right? So that would actually be kind of stupid, I guess. All right, so here is that Stalker pressure. Well, we've been talking about it quite a bit this game, right? Like, this is definitely a great way to continue to punish your opponent. Oracle's flying and help a little bit. You don't want to overcommit here. Nice blink back. Picks off a little bit. And just force your opponent to be utilizing that larva. Don't let your stalkers die. Continue the micro. Continue the macro. And just constant production from here is going to be a great spot for Trap. One thing I would like to see is him just get the charge upgrade. Because there's going to come a moment here where if he sends like 6 charge lots to the side of the map, he's going to kill a hatchery. You know, you're forcing every unit here, and you know that. You know that. So I think it's always smart and good to get a follow-up charge upgrade. So some pretty good micro overall. It's not the greatest micro. This I would call functional micro. I don't... Yeah, GG. Good enough. Good enough.
Zoot_ZOOT just subscribe.
ZOOT. Thank you much.
Special_Cole cheered. X300, if I ever saw a Rob in person, I would rock his shit.
All right. Thank you, Special K-hole. I met him in person. Nice guy. All right. Let's go into our next game here. Oh, shit. You guys see I'm wearing sweatpants. I'm wearing sweatpants. I always don't. But here we are. Being a slob. Let's go. Trap versus Mixu. Game number 3. In the top left, we have Mixu. And in the bottom right, we have Trap. All right. Yeah, it's just a different... It's a different graphic on the mineral patches, guys. It's okay. Now, it's, I don't know. You have to wait for the cybernetic score, man. What can I say? Lululemons. Oh, my God. Why does my wife and every woman in her family have the same Lululemon purse? That's what I want to know. Why is that a thing? All right. So just check, sees that hatchery is there. That was a nice little check just to make sure there's nothing crazy going on. And, well, we still got to wait a little bit. Don't defense, why weren't you playing today? I'm a little bit confused. So, yeah, cybernetic score about halfway done. Truly a problem. That there's nothing that really happens the majority of the time until that's done. And then even when it's done, you're like, yeah, he's chrono boosting out an adept and making a Stargate. It's like, oh my God, come on. And there it is. And there it is. Shit. Okay, so Oracle Adept has worked very well for Trap so far, right? Like, he's outplayed Mixu in the early game harassment. What was it, 8 drones last game with his first swipe by and 2 Adepts. Insane amounts of damage, insane amounts of damage. So, yeah, Zergling speed on the way. Nothing really out of the ordinary that I'm looking at here. Stalker coming up like reasonably quickly. You know, sometimes you utilize that along with the Oracle. Stalker is good in the wall anyways.
Don't Defense donated $3.33. I visited your wonderful country of Canada over the weekend, so I arrived home at about 7:20, so too late to sign up. Would rate the nature 10/10ths, but the people 5/10ths. Too many French people in Canada.
Oh.
They don't even have stop signs in English. Crazy.
Dude, it just probably says list stop, so come on, you can figure that out. All right, thank you very much. Anyways, does end up getting this Overlord with that first Oracle spotting, so that's kind of nice. You know, speed was out, but not enough Lings to really go out there and contest that. So, quality snipe, I'd say. Evolution Chamber on the way. Oh, that's kind of a funny location for an Evolution Chamber, is it not? Not really sure what the idea is there. All right, a couple of depths going to shade into this natural. Nothing really here. He's making a spore there at least. A couple queens coming over to push everything out. Not lots of damage yet, but this could spike up a little bit. Oh god, he's dead. If those two turn around. 6. If he had hit the third, man, that was going to be it. He might swipe down to the third. Woo! Okay, so far... Okay, there we go. Tied. Better. Okay, 3 drones better. 4 drones better. 5 drones better. 6 drones better than last game. Very bad situation here for Mixu. It's going to be a Glaives follow-up. And I do like what Mixu's doing here. Mixu's going to go all in. He's going pure Speedling. He has a Baneling Nest on the way. This is probably the best thing that you could come up with. There's even a possibility he just catches the Shades with some Banes. Right? Normally Protoss are looking for that. But if he catches them, you know, there's a chance for Mixu to win this still. Even though this opening has been truly terrible. All right, here comes the Shade. Oh, cancels. Okay. He saw the Baneling Nest. He does not have Glaives yet. What an anti-timing if you lose all these before Glaives, right? Not looking good for Mixu, unfortunately. All right, let's it finish. Glaives are done. All right, nice Shade up into the main. I don't think there's enough up there to get him to cancel it. All right, this game is very close to over right now. This is way too much damage. More drones coming up here to be eaten as well. Spreading out for the Banes. Saying, all right, go ahead. Another 11 killed. Yeah, this game's over. This is not something that you can come back from. Absolutely not.
Clever StarCraft guy cheered. X300, bro, you were gone for 1 week and the second you come back, what do we get? Some stupid StarCraft 2. You should rename the channel description to StarCraft 2 casting and sometimes Brood War ladder. You are a fake Brood War streamer.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't worry. The tournament's going to be very, very fast tonight. We'll be back on the ladder before you know it. Anyways, Trap has won this game. There's really no comeback here for Mixu. He's trying to drone up. He's trying to take a fourth. But this is all basically impossible, right? It's 66 workers to 52. His creep spread is like okay considering. But there's just not a lot of counterplay that can occur at this point. All right, Stalker going to get surrounded. A little bit of harass. I like their harass. It's a good idea. You got to try something, right? Oh, damn. Killer probe out there. Aw. Hey. Look at this. Okay, so I think we've figured out Trap's weakness. He doesn't keep a good defense against Zerglings. That could be said for almost anybody, but yeah, we have to throw that out. That like this is crazy amount of damage that has been dealt. Okay. So, I mean, he's actually killed a reasonable amount. It's just he's never going to have a big enough army to stop this realistically, right? He'd have to get lucky with Baneling hits, I think, to have a chance.
What? Don't Defense donated $3.33. RT, use your brain cells.
Okay, hold on. I'll play that in a second. This is the final battle right here. And yeah, some Banes will come in and hit a little bit. Good force field there at the end, kind of denying a lot of that damage. And there's just the DPS of what Mixu has here is simply not enough. He is not going to be able to break through everything. Damage output from Trap, way too high. And so Trap is going to be able to take down Mixu 2-1. GG. Trap moves on.